To introduce our next, I say testimony, a good friend of mine who actually was part of the team that took me in to prison back in 2012, Jimmy Reno is going to introduce our next person up there. So Jimmy, come on up, please, to share some wonderful words about our next testimony.
Thank you. There you go. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. I'm notorious, so. The next speaker that I have the privilege of introducing, I met at the 3rd Conley Unit in 2010. I was greeting the guys and announcing their names as they came in. And Marlon, before Marlon, it was Big Ag, but he changed that. And Marlon, he decided when he walked up, and I looked up at him and I said, man, I want to be your friend. And he said, I don't think I would tell that in prison. And so the retreat goes along, and Marlon just falls in love with Kobe retreat. And the second day, we knew really how much he fell in love with the Kobe retreat because Bill Gold was our chef and cooking hamburgers. And he said, there's some guy that's eaten 5 hamburgers, and these are big hamburgers. And he said, I got to find out who this is. And of course, that was Marlon. And so then we rock along, everything is going great. And Marlon will tell you about his story. He was very notorious in prison. He had a really bad or good reputation, however you want to take it. And so the last day, Marlon's sitting over there Sunday morning, and he's over in the wall, and he's by himself. And Marlon is always smiling and gregarious and happy, and he's just over there, and he's got his head down and said, I know what's happened. And before I tell you what happened, I want to thank Shar, his wife, who stood by his side for 15 years while he was in prison. Okay? And I also want to thank my wife, who's stood by me, and all of the wives of the volunteers that go in and support us, because my wife has been so supportive of me doing prison ministry since 2010. So all the wives out there, I want to give you a round of applause. Which leads me back to Marlon. So I go over to Marlon, I sit down next to him, and I know what's happened. I guess I had a Holy Spirit moment. And so I sit down and said, Marlon, what did you try to do last night? Did you call your wife and try to convert her over the phone? Yeah. I said, Marlon, it doesn't work that way. I said, you've been through 3 days of a spiritual, intense revival. And I said, you're going to have to show her through your actions. And Marlon is a very close friend. Last time I saw Marlon before today was in a hospital in San Antonio. He was getting shipped to Galveston for heart surgery. And so I guess with no further ado, do you want to say anything else? Marlon Abrams. Marlon, when I was a director for the next retreat, he also gave a talk, and it was an incredible talk. So I get to introduce you twice.
How's everybody doing out there today? Oh, man. First thing I want to say is thank y'all for extending this invite to me. It means a lot. After 28 years, 4 months, 27 days, finally living the dream. Finally living the dream. My backstory is full of a lot of bad things, bad decisions, bad choices, but for the grace of God, I was able to turn that around. And I've got 2 words that I use a lot to express that, and it's called redemptive suffering. And during the question and answer, I know they're going to know what it is, and I give you the rundown about it. But
you're taller than Jimmy.
Okay, thank you. But the first thing I want y'all to know is you volunteers really and truly change our lives in there. Y'all changed my life in such a way, y'all made it easy for me to be a husband to my wife that she deserves, a father to my kids, a grandfather, a brother, a friend. Y'all make it so easy because In there, you have a lot of lost and aimless souls that don't know where they're going and have any idea on how to get to the places they want to get to. But it's because of you men and women that come in there, y'all give us a sense of direction. Y'all give us some meaning to our lives and help us to move forward. That one small step at a time. It's not about running. It's not about diving. It's one small step. And believe it or not, a lot of you men and women that come in there, you take on a whole new experience. I mean, you just give us a whole new experience. Y'all become fathers. Some of y'all become the crazy uncle, Jimmy Reno. Some of y'all become the even crazier uncle, Junior Norman. Some of y'all become the bossy sister, Claire McCormick. Some of y'all become the wisdomatic brother that I always wanted, Robert. Hey, man, thank you, Robert, wherever you are, for teaching me about the Socratic method. Brother, it works. I understand why Claire loves you the way she do, because I use it on Shaw all the time. Yes, I do. But let me tell you, the impact that you have on our lives, y'all show us how to be men to ourselves, because a lot of us in there are still children. We don't know how to take that step into manhood, because all we're around is aggressive. All we're around is anger. All we're around is misunderstanding. We don't have anybody to show us what it's like to truly be loved. And let me tell you, when I walked those doors to that Kobe retreat like these men talk about, when I seen that hallway was lined with these volunteers I never met a day in my life, and all they wanted was a hug, they telling me how much they love me. And then Jimmy walks up to me and says, man, hey, can I be your friend? Never had that, man. I never had that, you know. Man, I was a leader of a gang at one point in time in my life in there. Let me tell you, nothing is more stressful than that. I'm telling you. And because of the grace of God, he helped me find a new type of focus to not just be a leader in my community amongst men in there that are lost and aimless, but to show these men what it's like to fight through, to push through that wall and become the man that your people deserve you to be, become the man of God that you deserve to be, become the man of your community that people can depend on, that people can say, hey, man, that guy been through some things, man. Why am I crying about my situation because I got a flat tire? This guy just served 28 years in prison. He's not complaining. He's not crying about nothing. Look, I just started working at UPS. I'm 47 years old. They got me loading trucks. I had 2 heart attacks and I'm a diabetic. Come on, I mean, really. And let me tell you, man, I love it, but I hate it at the same time because I can't do it. I can't do it. But it's because of this fighting spirit that these volunteers instilled in me. They help me every day. I think about what y'all go through to get in there to us, to show us love. Men and women that y'all don't even know. I can't imagine how y'all have to drive from Fredericksburg or Bernie to San Antonio and then have to go through the checkpoints in the prison to get to us. Then have to go through our stuff once you get in there. Have to deal with us because now we got somebody we can go out to. Thank you. Thank you a lot for that. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. And like I was saying about Robert, he taught me about the Socratic method, right? That's something that I use just about every day. When I go to report to parole, anytime I'm there, when I go to my classes and I see these guys that's just getting out, I can recognize them, right? Because that was me. Do you know what I do? I teach them what y'all taught me. I teach them about perseverance like y'all taught me. I teach them about staying the course like y'all taught me, because that's something that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't know anything about dignity, honor. I didn't know anything about respect. I didn't even respect or love myself at one point. It got so bad in there that I wanted to die. I wanted to take my own life. But I was just so much of a coward, I couldn't do it myself. So I used to do things like pick fights with the so-called bad actors to try to get them to do it for me. God stepped in with that Cobra retreat. Let me tell you, when I seen them do the Station of the Cross and they walked that cross past me and I grabbed hold to that cross, man, I could feel it all over again. I grabbed hold to that cross. I didn't want to let it go. Let me tell you, and it's because of you guys that I was able to do that. Because we didn't have people to come in and help us in that direction like that, right? Sure, your family comes in to visit you, but your family loves you as a family. Your family loves you unconditionally because this is your family. But when you have strangers that you've never seen before in life, that you are from a completely different walk of life, to come in and show you this type of love, to come in and show you this type of compassion, it changes you. And like the pastor was saying, some of us are in that running game. And I agree with him. Because some of us are still working on that change. Some of us are still working, trying to figure out where do we fit in the grand scheme of God's plan. Let me tell you, this man right here, he probably don't even remember me. Father Miss Pacwa.
Well, yes, I do.
Okay. All right. I'll just make a show. He told me a story one time, changed my view of priests. Seriously. He told me that he goes hunting wild hogs with a knife. No, seriously. Changed my whole view of priests. Priests, I'm telling you. When he come in, hey, can you sign my Bible? Yeah. Can I get an autograph? Yeah. Seriously. And when on my way home, I passed that Bible on to a new Catholic, and I told him, man, you guard this with your life because this is autographed by Father Mitch Bacwa. He said, you got it, brother. You got it. I said, man, listen, we got to make y'all proud. In times like this has been a long time coming. I got incarcerated when I was 17 years old. In 1991, I was 17 years old. I made parole last year, right? January. I was 46. So that second chance that they talking about, it's because of y'all that I'm able to accept it and appreciate it. Because I got a new outlook on life. I got my perspectives in order, right? I seen him a while ago. Where Booby at? Jeremy left? Jeremy is left? There you go. Hey, Booby. Yeah. Thought I was gonna forget about you, huh? That's another crazy uncle right there, right? But let me tell you, the man's passion and love for us not only changed me, it helped me to pass that on to other guys and change them. Son, let me tell you, I scared your father. You try not to say I did, but I did. Wasn't trying to. First time I met him, I picked him up off his feet and gave him a big old cuddly hug. He wasn't used to that, right? But see, that was God embracing him through me. That was God letting him know you're in the right place because these men need you right now. These men need everything you have to offer right now, right? And I had a chance to hear you tell that story on the radio. Oh, man, it was so funny. I was telling everybody, man, come listen, he's talking about me. Yeah. I had people surrounding my cubicle. Had the radio up. We ain't supposed to have it up loud. I had the radio up, and he's talking about me. Yeah. But this is what y'all do for us. See, y'all make it easy for me now to walk in God's light. Y'all make it easy for me now to be the husband that my wife deserves. And I say that a lot because I know the individual that I used to be as opposed to the individual that I am now today. Baby, I love you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. It's rough, right? Ain't nobody gonna say it's not. It's rough. Man, if you got your mind made up, you got your heart set and your spirit intact and your relationship with God on point, guess what, man? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Not a one. Not a one. All we have to do is continue to be the inspiration to those men and women on the inside I can't wait to get my shot to go in there. Oh man, I'm gonna turn that place upside down. I'm telling you, I got a lot to say. I'm telling you, I got a lot to say. And this is the thing that I long for now, right? I'm just biding my time. Because when they turn me loose, when they open up those doors and the COVID restrictions raise up, baby, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there every chance I get. Every single chance I get. In closing, I just want to say, man, I hope that what I'm saying touches some of y'all that's on the line thinking about going to being volunteers. Mr. John Muchigamba told me one time, he said, those guys did their crime. They deserve to do whatever they do. Guess what? He can't stop coming into prisons right now. That's right. I get a chance to rub his little bald head every now and then, But in closing, I just want to say, man, thank y'all again for extending your invite to me. And thank you for even considering to go and help these men and women on the inside. That's all I have.
That's that was awesome. You're beautiful, man. Man. And the crowd went wild. Woo! So beautiful, so beautiful. That is wild. Check that out. Yeah. They're not gonna get away without some. Where do you go from there, man? That's so beautiful. I'm telling you all, your prayers, your presence, of course, your financial support with the little envelopes that are on your tables go a long way to make this a reality. I thank you for everything you've done, and everything you're going to do. You're in my daily prayers, on our rosary, our family prays. So God bless you, man. Thank you so very much. Woo! Amen.